Next up, happy to invite our YouTube celebrity superstar. I like to embarrass the hell out of him. Brian Fullerton to the stage here. Brian's Lawn Maintenance. So Brian and his brother have a marketing company called Branded Bull, and they help landscapers with their marketing. So Brian's going to give you a little rundown of some of his experience and share a few thoughts and maybe a few ideas to stimulate some improvements over the next quarter. Maybe when you're creating those goals, you're going to make a few for marketing. So definitely take a few notes as he pours in here, but go for it.
First off, you guys having a good time the last 2 days? It's been good? For sure. Come on, that's a little weak sauce. Has this been great or what? Give me a round of applause. Has this been good? I love getting in front of audiences like this. I love sharing with you guys. To be totally honest with you, I am not a public speaker. I'm just another guy. I do not look like this during the week. I'm a landscaper through and through. But today, we're going to be talking a little bit about marketing, branding, and really just giving you guys an opportunity with our firm, Branded Bull, to potentially help you guys out with your marketing, your branding, your logos, your SEO, and so much more. Let's just slow down for a quick second to speed up. It's towards the tail end of the day. We're having a great last 2 days. And the whole discussion, for the most part, has been, here's where we're at, and here's where we want to go. And so what I wanted to talk about for just about 15 minutes here, Mark said originally I had 2 hours, so I'm getting chopped down to 15 minutes, but I'm just kidding, by the way. What we wanted to do is just talk to you guys for a quick second about how Branded Bull could potentially be a partner for you to help you integrate with some of the changes that you might be looking to make over the next 12, 18, 24 months as you guys grow your company. And so long story short here, my younger brother actually started this company about 4 years ago. He's got a great business partner, Lauren. Has anybody met Adam and Lauren at Equip Expo or LAL and a couple people? They are doing big things, and I actually have a vested interest part of this company as well. And so usually the last couple of mastermind sessions that we've plugged into with Mark and the whole LMN team, usually Adam is doing all the presenting. And usually I am the guinea pig. So I'm in a little bit different role today. So if I kind of fumble away through this a little bit, forgive me. Usually Adam's doing all the talking. He's more interested in selling you a website. For me, I'm just kind of along for the ride and enjoying getting to hang out with so many landscapers across the country. That being said, we're going to go through this pretty quick. I do want to talk about marketing and branding because as we all look to make 2025 our best year ever, like Mark has been sharing about the last 2 days, there's things that more than likely we want to work on, improve, and pay attention to. And so we're going to talk about marketing and branding for your company because we want to, the conversation of branding is really educating the public about who your company is and what you guys do, and really what differentiates it from the marketplace. There was a couple slides previously I saw that there was like 661,000 landscapers in North America. Like that's a lot of people, for the most part, doing what we do. And so when somebody's picking up the phone and they want a new backyard outdoor living space, or they want regular lawn maintenance, or a commercial site wants snow plowing service, we need to, number one, educate the customer on our business, and then number two, why are we different than the competition? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now here's a quick thing I'm just going to say right off the rip. I'm not here to sell you on anything. I'm not here to convince you on anything. We just want to give you guys some ideas, some things to maybe think about over the next 60 to 90 days. They always say like this time of year you can work on the business, not just in the business, right? And if you can do some of the homework here and maybe dial a couple of things in before the spring rush, fantastic. If you're like, hey, I've got maybe more money than time, and I'm working on other areas of our business, and you want to hire Branded Bull to help you out, fantastic. Is that pretty fair? Not here to sell you anything? All right, let's keep going. So Adam, Lauren, myself, 40 plus years of marketing and branding background. Adam would usually give his background, and they've done some big things for Carhartt and a lot of other great companies. So the power of a professional presence. We want to talk about your brand and your reputation. Let me ask you guys for just a quick second. Your brand that you're personally representing for your company, who feels like right now it's 100% perfectly locked in, who you share about with your company is attracting perfectly the right ideal customer? Who thinks that they have it like perfectly locked in 100%? Okay, who feels like maybe after the last couple of days of being in an environment like this, or maybe looking left and looking right at seeing what some of your peers are putting together in the industry, who feels like they're still working on their marketing and their branding, their messaging, and maybe their logo, their colors, their design? Who's some of my people like that? Can we be candid and honest? All right, a bunch of people, myself included. Usually, Adam's doing this presentation and picking on me because I'm a case study going through this exact same process the last couple of years. We run a residential, what was a residential lawn care company, a little bit of residential snow. I've been doing this for 18 years, and our company has really made some big pivots the last couple of years because honestly, I get around environments like this and I keep getting challenged to grow and we're starting to think bigger. And so it's really made me put my own company under the microscope the last 3 or 4 years. So it's kind of perfect timing when my brother came out with his marketing and branding business and then where I wanted to take my future company. So we're going on this journey of taking my personal company from a residential outfit, residential snow, to commercial site management, commercial site maintenance. I really look up to the guys like East Coast Facilities, the Perfect Cuts. Anybody know those guys in the marketplace? Yep, hate them or love them, they're doing big things. And so brand and reputation is a big conversation. So let's go through this really quick. A brand isn't just a logo, it's the perception your customers have about your business. And I'm not gonna read every slide here, but the best way that I've seen it articulated is that your brand is a promise to your customers. For those of you guys, just a quick little straw poll here, that do know East Coast Facilities, raise your hand if you do know who they are. You guys watch them, okay. Shout it out, who's their biggest client? Who do they take care of the most? Amazon's. Okay, you're not really involved in their business, you don't know their business, you don't know Josh, but you do know that East Coast is courting all the Amazon facilities, and that's their brand. And so when you think East Coast, you think they're taking care of Amazon. And so let's have that same conversation for our own company, right? If somebody thinks Action Home Services, which by the way, you guys are awesome, way to turn out. I saw you guys in Novi, round of applause for you guys. I saw you guys in Novi, Michigan, you guys had the whole front row, it was awesome. And long story short, what is your business? What is your brand? What do people think about you guys when they see Action Home Services? That's the brand that we're trying to develop. And it's more than just the logo, it's more than just your colors, it's more than just your fonts, it's more than just your color scheme, right? A memorable logo helps, consistency in a logo helps, and a logo designed for your target audience in mind helps. And so let me just take you on a little bit of a journey here because there's a lot of different folks in the audience. Maybe you got a $250,000, $500,000, $1 million business, and then some of you guys are doing $20, $50 million plus. Whoever got started in this room is maybe like the neighborhood or high school like lawn care kid. Can you guys raise your hand if that's you? For sure. And maybe you went on clip art, right? Like back in the day, you designed a cute little logo with a cute little mower. Have you been there, done that? No? That's how my logo first got started. But then you turn 20, 25, your company grows, you hire a couple folks, you do $500,000, $1 million, $2 million in business, and you're like, like who we got started as versus who we want to project might need some work. And so that's where Brandon Bull could potentially partner up with you guys and help you out with facilitating that. But then again, it also starts to have another conversation too about the kind of customers that you're trying to reach, right? There's 2 oars in the water here. The customers you're trying to reach, who are they looking for? Who are they shopping for? And one of the best things I heard at one of these masterminds a couple weeks ago in Chicago was, we want to position our brand to where the customer chooses us. And I think that's such a powerful statement too when you're with your marketing and branding. So imagine you're a facility manager or an office manager and you're out, just going on Google, because that's what they're going to do to try to find a new vendor to take care of the lawn or take care of the snow. And they're going through this guy's website and this guy's website, and this one looks kind of kiddish, this one looks like more residential based, and then they find, maybe just our example of East Coast Facilities, this big multi-page website, commercial site management company, beautiful photos of the team, the crew, the scope of work that they do, their sites, and that office manager is going to go, well, I've got this warehouse, I got to get it taken care of. No, that's my guy. I'm choosing him. Right? So these are just some pieces of ideas that I'm trying to lay with you guys here that you could do some homework and look at your branding, your logo, your colors, your fonts, the digital assets you're putting out, photos and videos, about what your company's sharing out there in the marketplace for your branding, right, to help you guys maybe position yourself in 2025 to earn new business and grow into different markets, okay? Is this making sense so far? Who loves talking about marketing and branding? Who's like my Gary Vee people, some crazies out there? Yes, we got 1, 2, All right. Consistent branding wins, cohesive branding across vehicles, uniforms, marketing materials. It helps reinforce recognition. Companies with consistent branding can see 23% more revenue growth. And consistent branding builds trust. One thing that's really my personal case story is we had like one person do our website back in the day, one person doing some of our vehicle conversation, one was doing our trailer wrap. I had a different vendor and brand do our shirts and our merch. Can anybody relate to that? And then you let that go for 5 or 10 years, and you kind of realize there's not a lot of harmony in our brand. There's not a lot of cohesiveness in what we're putting out there. And so these are little things that maybe you guys have spent some time on this over winter, maybe you haven't, but these are all little things that you can dial in that can really pay big dividends. All right, Adam and Lauren, they build websites. They can help with marketing. They can help with SEO. There's a lot of great things that I could go through in a whole other 20-minute conversation. Usually, Adam guinea pigs me part of this topic for websites because the first biggest sin I always say is having an online presence is, well, one, not having a website, right? Google is a different conversation for sure, but number one, what if you just don't have a good quality website? Does anybody, it's okay, we're in a safe environment, safe space, no big deal, but does anybody not have a website just yet or still bridging the gap on that? Okay. Who here has a website that is my second biggest sin that I see? Who's got a website that maybe hasn't been updated in 4 or 5 years, maybe since COVID, everybody's been busy with the gold rush, but yeah, who needs to update their website a little bit, change the colors, the fonts? Who hasn't been on their own website in the last couple of years? That's a funny one too, like who actually hasn't been onto your own website? You're like, well, that photo, we don't even have that truck anymore, that dude doesn't even work here anymore, and we don't do front walkways, we're doubling down on outdoor living spaces in the backyard. Right, like those kind of conversations. When's the last time you have been on your website? Going from a single-page website to a multi-page website, the feel and the presence, the conversation looks entirely different. If you want to go check out my website, brianslm.com, you can see the evolution of this over the next 90 days as we're building a new website. As I graduate with my company and we continue to grow, we're going to a multi-page website that looks more robust. If I can give you guys a suggestion, if you guys want to write some notes down for you guys that are serious about the branding and marketing conversation, write down Perfect Cut, write down East Coast Facilities, and write down Outback, write down Mulder, write down Almond. Check out those guys' websites. They're pretty awesome. And then compare it to your own website. And here's the big conversation. We always say, like, marketing is the great equalizer. Right? If you got a big outdoor facility that you're looking to get the snow done, and again, somebody's punching into Google trying to find a vendor to take care of the snow, and you've got a multi-page website that looks absolutely beautiful, and East Coast has a multi-page website that looks absolutely beautiful, and from the digital assets, the photos, the videos that you both put up there, people are always saying, well, how can I compete with the big guy? Well, when you have an equal web presence and equal marketing, it's the great equalizer. Now you got a 50% chance at least of getting that phone call, right? But that's where people are like, well, I can't compete with the big guys. No, you absolutely can. You just have to look like the big guys look. And that takes time. That takes a little bit of an investment. Takes some intentionality. But everybody in this room can get there for sure. All right, let me go a little bit faster here, a little bit of a case study. And I do want to do a little popcorn question here for you guys in a second. So some other slides, some other testimonies. We've had companies that are doing $100,000 and they just want their first logo, their first website. Adam and Lauren have helped many companies. I mean, it's been such a blessing getting to hang out and get to meet so many of you guys over the last 6 to 8 weeks. I've been on tour with you guys. To meet so many of you that have $3, $5, $10 million businesses. Some of you guys are taking over and running second and third gen businesses, and then have realized though still that there's an opportunity to maybe realign some of our marketing and branding or evolve it over the last couple of years. It's been just absolutely phenomenal. So if we can ever help you out in that conversation, just as a soundboard, nobody's here to sell you on anything, for sure. If we can ever help you out first, just if you're like, hey, can you take a look at my logo? Or, hey, can you take a look at my website? We'd be more than happy to just give you some honest feedback about what you got going on. This is another great slide that I'm going to skip for right now just for time's sake. But I want to do something a little different here that I've never done before. So if you guys want to connect with Brandon Bull, you can check out the QR codes, or maybe just hold your phone up really quick, take a screenshot of that, and you can always reach out to Adam and Lauren and the team later. But let me do this really quick. Mark, can I get like 2 minutes? I still got 2 minutes? All right, I don't want to go too fast, but I also don't want to steal any more of your thunder. Really quick, Charlie, where are you at? There you go. Can you come up here really quick? I want to ask you a couple quick questions. Give him a round of applause. He's coming up here. Charlie, VIL Landscaping. Have we got another microphone on, Tony? We had it up here. I want to go through a little case study here with Charlie, and Charlie doesn't know I'm picking on him, right? How you doing, brother? You doing good? Good. All right, we had our conversation in the hall at about, what, 11 o'clock this morning? Yes. Do you remember it? All right, we're going to go through a little case study here, okay? When we were in the hallway, actually, let's do this really quick. Give everybody your background just so everybody knows who you are, where you're coming from.
All right, so we're at Oakville here. We have a team, almost 15 guys. We do 50% maintenance, lots of design build stuff as well. And we're in Ontario, so we do snow. Fair enough, okay. And I'm not going to make this huge like aha or gotcha conversation. We're just going to keep this short and sweet for 2 minutes here. But in the hallway, what was our initial conversation that eventually got to our second conversation? We're talking about snow and billing and per visit, per push versus seasonal. The basics. And, yeah, and then we got into a lot of employee comp. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so we're talking about snow. And what was your biggest challenge with some of the snow work that you were facing at the time? Yeah, so our biggest challenge was attracting the right clients. We're going off a lot of cheap people that they wanted us only when they wanted it. Per visit, they're reaching out and they're doing it to be cheap, but they didn't understand the whole insurance and risk management that we take on, and that's why we do charge the per season, not just whenever they want it. For sure. And so some of the conversation, just candid conversation, talking shop out there at one of the breaks, you were getting frustrated that you were having all this overhead and liability, but customers were kind of picking and choosing when to use your business, when to get salt or not get salt, practical conversations, right? And so I started asking some other questions, and I said, well, it sounds like you got a great business. We were talking about some X's and O's about how to maybe set up your contracts, some of the expectations with the different customers and clientele and all this mess. And then I said, well, what's your biggest challenge with that? And you said you wanted to grow, but grow consistently with revenue. But you said it's really hard to do that with these type of customers. Yes, exactly. Right, so let's get to the root. Well, somebody asked, or we were talking about earlier, the 5 whys. I like to deconstruct things. And so I was asking Charlie, I said, so what's your biggest challenge? And you said it was your clientele. And you go, well, I've got all these residential clients that have, you have a tractor, a couple tractors, and you guys are doing the residential snow removal. How's that going? That's good, a lot. Big headache. Big headache. Feel bad for the admin staff, all the complaints, right? For sure. Yeah. Where's your passion? Where do you want to grow into? What were we discussing in the hallway? Commercial, getting into commercial, consistent revenue. And then I had asked you, and again, not in a big gotcha moment, but you got to take this whole thing full circle, a little role play, like these guys were talking about earlier. Yeah. I said, what is your website showing? Right? Like, what is it currently showing? Do you even know right now? Yeah, it's showing a lot of residential stuff. The same with the Instagram and a lot of our socials. Lots of tractors, lots of people that we're not even trying to go after. And your biggest bottleneck was you kept getting more calls for what? Residential. Yeah. Does this make sense? So I'm not trying to get you on a gotcha. I'm a very pragmatic individual. I just told Charlie here, I said, here's some suggestions. You get more of what you promote. You get more of what you highlight. So who here is big time in the commercial site management, lawn and snow? Raise your hands. Fantastic. Who's here, just regular lawn maintenance and regular residential services? That's fine too, that's awesome. Who's a lot of my landscape, design build guys, outdoor living spaces? Pretty much the rest of the room. Who's not gonna raise their hand no matter what question I ask? All right, there's always a couple. This is right, we always got a couple. If you continue to advertise your guys is doing the tractors, the residential driveways, the residential sidewalks, et cetera, and he's trying to get into commercial site work. The people that are choosing his business or choosing not to go with his business, the writing's on the wall because of his website, his branding, his photos and videos. So my quick suggestion in the hallway was, let's talk about our ICP that Mark shares about this whole conversation the last 2 days. And let's figure out their pain points, let's figure out the conversation, and let's craft our branding, our marketing, our logos, our designs, and all the digital assets we can pointed at that individual so when they come across us, they choose us. And that's it. There's no other angle that I want to come at you guys with this whole conversation. If you guys are doing big things with outdoor living spaces, and you keep advertising little small patios that are 10 by 10s and
It's a $12,000 job, but you want the $300,000 job. What do you think you should be putting on your website? The biggest and the best projects that you guys have done. And that leads me to another conversation for a whole another time. Usually when we get a little bit more time, I go into this further, but this is where you can start hiring guys like Tony that are kind of here shooting photo and video. You can start hiring those guys for pennies on the dollar, $1,000 or $2,000, to come visit your job sites if you can't do this all on your own. Absolutely no big deal, right? Get those guys to come on in, grab great video, grab great photos, and then they can make those sizzle reels to be able to help you put on your website. And so your branding is attracting the right type of clientele. So again, Charlie, first off, thank you. Give this guy a round of applause. Awesome job. I got you, brother. Thank you, sir. I'll take that. You're good. Great job. I just want to it's a little testimony, it's a little breakthrough, but that's what I want to do for all of you guys that are out there that have businesses and you guys want to continue to grow. Again, no picture on anything that we're here to offer. If you guys ever have questions on marketing, branding, I wouldn't say we're the gurus by any means, unfortunately, but if I can lend you guys some experience, maybe an outside perspective or anything that we can help you guys with, shoot us an email. We're active on Instagram @BrandedBull. We've got a great podcast that we drop every Tuesday. It's like a 10-minute show, a little morning show, if you will, a little thought of the week about marketing and branding, and just let that be a resource for you. Again, fix this all on your own if you can, dial it in, continue to improve, and if you do need to drop the hammer and put some more horsepower behind it, Branded Bull's here for you guys as well, all right? Thank you so much for the time. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Have a great rest of the day.
All right.
Good.
Thank you.